Hello and welcome back to Hyperstone Quest. We are on quite the adventure, and I actually kind of need to figure out what it is that we need to do next, because we have a couple of different kind of conflicting objectives. So, what do we still need 20 treasures in? That's actually going to be on the Pure Tactics mode menu. So we need rubies, onyx, garnets. We need a whole lot. And for the strategies that I want to use, rubies are going to be useful. Red gems are actually going to be the most important, but also one of the most challenging. The Red Rock Valley is an area that I don't have a ton of experience with, although it looks like I have put up a pretty solid score. So maybe we can make this work. But right now we're in the ocean, and so I'm thinking about, is there anything that we actually need in the ocean? The main thing is pirate treasures, but we're not actually ready to get pirate treasures yet because we're going to need some other orbs. And so I actually want to look for a pillar. Yes, good. Because I think that this is going to be the easiest way for us to get back to land. Orb of Teleport is a really, really good orb. And I want to make it available. I don't think we're going to go for 25 here. I don't believe we need to. And I don't think Orb of Teleport is something that we, absolutely need to have available in the Caribbean. It could be very useful, but I think to get the most use out of it, we would actually need to have the Orb of Energy unlocked as well, and that is another one that I'm just totally unprepared for. But Relaya is someplace that I'm very comfortable with. It is quite dangerous, but it is also something that I'm very familiar with. It's someplace I've been a lot. And so, there is a good chance that the run could end here, but I feel like it doesn't have to end here. It's not likely to end here. We'll see. I don't want to get, too deep into, thinking that I am hot stuff. Orb of the Dragon actually is one that we would like to have in the Caribbean, and I have practiced here a little bit. I would not say that I'm great at it. I would not say that this is a land where I have a lot of confidence, but I do understand how to play this land. And I do know that it's one land where I have had a very difficult time getting to 50, even though I have practiced it a bit. But Snakebird, the person who I mentioned as coming up with the outline of the strategy that I'm using, they also taught me some pretty solid tactics for getting high scores here. And so I'm going to try and see if we can at least get 25 to get the global unlocks. So now we need to make our way to this Orb of the Dragon, because this is what's going to enable us to really get good progress. And right here, we already have a chance to put this strategy into practice. So these fire cultists actually drop a large number of charges when they die, and so you have to make sure that they are far enough away that they won't throw fire at you. And then you have to surround them with fire. And then it's actually going to take quite a while to burn down those fires as well. And so what we want to do is we want to have a lot of fire available. So I'm looking out for if there are any other fire cultists that we can attack while we're waiting for this fire to burn out. And I'm actually seeing that this tentacle could cause some trouble. Alright, so that's got us to 107. So that was still a net gain of charges. But we need to get around this tentacle, which is... tentacles, I believe, used to have much easier AI than they do now. That they have gotten smarter at some point. I don't know exactly when. I think it was a while ago at this point. But I do remember that we have to be more careful about tentacles than we would have in the past. And I do still need to be listening out for the fire cultists. Now, I remember being told that you really need to keep your Orb of the Dragon active. Let's see. I don't think I can... Let's see. But what I'm noticing is that in trying to keep the Orb of the Dragon active, I keep getting pushed outwards. And so we're actually, we're now walled out by these tentacles. And I actually made a mistake. I made a mistake that I knew about but wasn't thinking about, which is if you are within reach of the cultist as it is dying, it will throw its Orb of the Dragon at you and you won't get to use it. But I managed to just pick one up off the ground. So now we need to kind of find our way around this snarl of tentacles. And it looks like that is going to be pretty difficult. But this is one of the other uses for the Orb of the Dragon. And so I want to figure out which one can we actually attack that will actually get us through, and I think it's this one. So this should cause that one to retract. Yes, good. We want to protect ourselves from the retracting tentacles, because retracting tentacles can attack you. And I think now we're just waiting for this fire to burn down. So that's the other part of this formula that I was not remembering a moment ago when I was saying, it seems like we're just getting pushed outwards, is that the other thing that I need to be doing with these Orbs of the Dragon is clearing away tentacles. Alright, we can get one free retraction and one retraction for just a single charge. Oh, looks like we might need a couple of charges. There we go. And we'll get rid of that one as well, keep it out of our way. And now we're just waiting for this thing to burn down. Alright. And already have another tentacle after us. But I'm not too worried about it. And I'm trying to use these statues a little bit strategically. We want to be really careful about not getting trapped. If a fire cultist hits me, like here, I didn't notice this one. They could have hit me while I was surrounded on all sides by statues, and you cannot move a statue when you're on fire. And so that's something that I have to be mindful of. We don't need that grimoire. So I'm just going to get that tentacle out of the way. I'm going to get this one out of the way. preemptively get that one out of the way. Okay. Now, it's, you know, it's frustrating that these things last so long, but, oops. I thought I got rid of you. There we go. And on we go. I actually would like to make my way out to this Orb of the Dragon. Okay, that was a leader that just spawned. Okay, that was a fire cultist. And I see it. And it's actually in a pretty convenient position. Okay, I should have paid attention to what layer I was at, because I did not need to step on that grimoire at all. And these fires might not burn down while they're off screen. I'm not sure of that. Oh, I did not notice this fire cultist. I'm just going to set it off. I want to get rid of this tentacle, because that's going to be blocking me in. This one is as well. Once again, I thought that I had blocked that one in completely, and I had not. That should do it. Yes. Good. Now we're at 22, we have 23, so we need to get into 25. Oh yeah, so that's the thing I was saying about retracting tentacles can still hurt you. Okay, that was a normal cultist. So here's layer 25. We just need to pick up the grimoires here. Okay, I did not see where that fire cultist was, but I'm going to head out to this free Orb of the Dragon. And we might actually just leave this one on the ground here. I'm not sure I want to wait for it to burn down. There we go. Okay. So we mostly want to get out. We don't really care about anything at this point. We've got the Orb of the Dragon spawning as a prize orb. That's all we need. Getting it to spawn more frequently would be nice, but it's just not worth it to me. It's a lot of risk and not enough reward. But we are getting lots of them spawning now. So as long as I'm proactive about using them, I should be able to make good use of them. The only issue is, can I be proactive? Do I have the situational awareness to know when I need to make use of an Orb of the Dragon? Like that. And make sure I'm out of range. There we go. And that one is not worth going back for. Especially when there's so many just dropping for free like that. And I'm tempted to wheel out, because that's something that I do when I'm getting 10 pretty frequently. It's actually, you have pretty good odds of escaping even if you just run in a straight line. But things are getting a little bit tricky here. Spawn rates may be a little higher than I'd like it to be. And leaving the temple always feels a little bit endless. Like, we're only at level 11 now. And it's just like ring after ring after ring. Alright, we're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, there we go. So now we just need to find our way back to land. And check how we're doing for time. Okay, we've been going for quite a while here, so I think that it may already be time to wrap up. We didn't get as much done as I would have liked, but that took quite a while. Rose Garden is not the kind of place I like to escape to. I think that Relia might be marked unsafe, and so I'm not sure that we can even safety out of here. Reptiles, not super appealing. This is one of the situations, I said that I didn't want to go into the crossroads, but this kind of situation right here is actually a situation where going into the crossroads would be a good thing. Hell might be alright. We don't have any treasures here. We don't really want any treasures because we're not going for Yendor. So this might actually just be a safe place to cross. Because the demons are very slow, and it looks like, yeah, we've already found our way to a crossroads type 2. And so for finding orbs of safety, I think that the crossroads is a fine way to do that. So the big thing that we need next is red gems. We also have, let's see, that's a hive. I thought that might be a jungle. So there's still a lot that we need to do. And we're still pretty far away from actually being ready to take on the Caribbean. And so the Red Rock Valley is looking more and more like where we want to go next. Because that is the land where we're going to have the biggest effect on what we're able to do in the Caribbean. I'm not really accustomed to going for high numbers in the Red Rock Valley. I know that it can be quite complicated. And so it could very well be where this run ends. I don't know. But I do think that that is the most valuable place that we could go right now. However, I am looking at the motley assortment of treasures I've collected and noticing that spice is not on there. And I believe spice is necessary for the Red Rock Valley. So next week we will either be looking for spice to get into the Red Rock Valley, or we'll be looking for those rubies that we need. I'll make a decision based on what the game throws at us. All of the decisions I make in this game are really based on what is the game presenting to me. I always have a plan, I always have things in mind that I'm looking out for, but most of my routing decisions are made based on knowing the range of things that are necessary, the range of things that are useful, and then picking whichever things I see that I think will get me towards my goals. So I want to say a big thank you to my supporters on Patreon, who get to see these episodes earlier than everybody else and also get to see other occasional cool stuff. And thank you very much to everyone who watches, comments, likes, subscribes. Every little bit of encouragement means the world to me. And most of all, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.